flowers bloom in the sun.
Well, thank you, John Burton, and even if he did betray the fact that we've known each other just a bit more than 7 years, you are so fortunate to have such a great chairman. We love John back in Washington. You must love him here as well. And let me also acknowledge my good friend Alex Rucker and Eric Bauman and the biggest, strongest, most incredible delegation of DNC members of any state in America. Thank you for all your help. All the elected officials who are here and your incredible ED, Shonda Wesley, this is truly a great party. And that's why I chose California, here I come, right back where I started from, because cliche that it is, California is where I got my start in grassroots activism, taking the next step from marching for the causes I believed in, excellent as that was, to electing people who believed in them too. And that is what California has always been all about to me, the place where progressive politics begin. In fact, I would even say, because I'm old enough to, liberal politics begin. California, the incredible state that sends 2 great Democratic women to the U.S. Senate. California, who will re-elect my favorite ever Speaker of the House, and the governor who inspired me way back when and does yet again. I love California, and that's even before I mention my almost perfect grandchildren. So thank you for inviting me back and letting me join you. Some of you may know I came to California in the 1960s. It was a time of incredible upheaval, of change, and of dreams. Sound familiar? An unpopular war, the civil rights struggle, and the inspiration and hope of a new generation of leadership. Another time when we believed, yes, we can. And here we are again, right now. Not that we accomplished everything back then that we set out to do, but we did do a heck of a lot, and as important, like now, we tried and we cared. And out of that era in the 60s and 70s came a powerful sense of optimism. Voting rights, save the earth, freedom of choice, a rising education level and a growing middle class, landing on the moon, home computers, and even miniskirts. Talk about optimism, whoa. Presidential debates, the Peace Corps and Head Start, Medicaid and Medicare, the farm workers movement, Woodstock, and so much more. Wow, it was just incredible, as it is again now. So in bringing you greetings from the National Party and our incredibly amazing, wonderful national chair, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Yeah. A woman chair of the Democratic National Committee. Oh, and I live to see it, how exciting this is. It warms me so to think about how far we've come, how fortunate we are to live in this magnificent land, how proud I am of our president and all our Democratic office holders, and the many compelling reasons we stand together. The end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. The Lilly Ledbetter Equal Pay Act, Sonia Sotomayor and Elena Kagan, and 3 women on the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Our troops finally coming home from Iraq and soon Afghanistan. 23 months in a row of job growth. Helping small businesses, the foundation of our economy. A cabinet that looks like America, with Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton restoring on our place in the world of nations. Over 3 million new jobs in the private sector. expanded Pell Grants for our college students, financial regulation, credit reform, stem cell research, automobiles made in America. Bin Laden and Gaddafi gone, and after 90 years, finally, health care reform. And those are the issues we must stand for and fight for that are yet to be done. The DREAM Act, clean energy, union rights, reducing the debt and doing it in a fair and just way, mortgage reform, strengthening our education system while we honor our teachers, rebuilding our national infrastructure, eliminating the attacks on our voting rights that we fought so hard for in the 60s, protecting our veterans when they come home, jobs, 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 and the payroll tax cut. I know I could name a million more things we all want to do and that we hope for our country, but I've only got 5 minutes and I've used most of them up. So let me just tell you, the National Party needs every one of you, and so does the California Democratic Party. And you are here, so you know that. But some folks, people we actually know, may not be as committed as we are. I know that California will be a blue state for the president, but he needs a mandate, a really big, big, big vote to make sure the Republicans in Congress hear us. We need to echo the president's message and his accomplishments wherever we go. And I just listed some of them for you, and you can list them together with many more things that we've done, because the Fox News commentators won't, and the Rush Limbaughs and the Ann Coulters won't, and they have a mighty megaphone, a megaphone that is amplified by the Koch brothers and the super PACs that our conservative-leaning Supreme Court allowed to flourish in our country. And just for a moment, and seriously, speaking of the court, the next president will probably have 2 to 3 more appointments, lifetime appointments. There are 3 justices right now who are very senior and could well finish their terms in the next couple of years. So just think about health care and gay marriage and choice to be decided by a court that potentially has 3 more appointments by a Republican president. We need to help California deliver the gavel back to my friend Nancy Pelosi, and in almost every election, about 30 seats change hands. We only need 25. You can pick up 3 or 4 or more right here. The Republicans currently hold 62 seats that Obama won in 2008, but all across the country, there's buyer's remorse. Look at those polls on the Republicans in Congress. And this is not 2010. This is a presidential election year. Thank goodness for that. And with the lack of enthusiasm for the Republican candidates, and frankly, who can blame them, with their turnout actually shrinking primary to primary, caucus to caucus as it moves forward, and with our general election GOTV operation nationwide, our base vote of energized women, Hispanics, African Americans, union workers, LGBT, Asian Americans, young voters, Native Americans, oh, so many more of us. And with your help, we will re-elect President Obama, we will rid the House of Speaker Boehner, and not only Speaker Boehner, but his speaker in waiting, Eric Cantor. We will build on our Democratic majority in the Senate, right next door in Nevada with Congresswoman Shelley Berkley, and in Arizona, and all across the country, ending up in Massachusetts with the incredible Elizabeth Warren. And you, of course, will re-elect the wonderful Senator Dianne Feinstein. Finally, we Democrats must triumph over an electoral process and a style of governing that has become increasingly petty, mean, simplistic, hypocritical, absolutist, selfish, and greedy. And I just got started. This election will define who we are, the role of government, our values, the kinds of politics we practice, the aspirations of our people, and the very direction of our country. And as a leader of the world, ideals that are measured far beyond our shores. It is that important. We must be united, proud of our party, our president, our leaders, our accomplishments, and ourselves. Because we in this room know elections matter. So thank you for making elections matter, thank you for making a difference, and thank you, California.